What's up, y'all? This is Gerald, better known as the Messenger. It is 8 o'clock, Sunday, the 20th. I had just dropped a video soon as I woke up. Had a long day yesterday, and this is 30 minutes later. My fro, well, it's not my fro, but I'm letting my hair grow as a personal conviction of who I am. You probably wonder, well, what's up with the change? For me, I had always listened to other people direction on how I did things, of course, being a child. But as I went through life, I always allowed people to define who I was and what I was perceived to look like and do. Evolved into military. I was in the Air Force. Of course, you got a certain rules and regulations on how you are supposed to wear your attire. But then, now that chapter has come to a close, I never really stepped into my own light on who I was. And I always desired to want to grow my hair. I'd never done that. So I'm trying something new, or basically stepping in unblinded faith to try something new. And then when I get tired of it, I'll go back to the nice tapered cuts, and I'll do what moves me, because that makes me happy. Now, today, right now, as I was freshening up, in the background, got my coffee cup going. Love my coffee. It's cold, man. It's cold. I decided to put this out, and the title is "Stay out of the cheap seats." I decided to call it "Stay out of the cheap seats" because a lot of times we tend to fall in this position of allowing other people to actually define who we are, or what they perceive us to be. Now, I'm going to say some things that some people might not like or might not understand. And I'm going to try to keep it as I've always done. But there are some things that kind of just really, I just didn't understand why some people allow their walk, their legacy to be defined. So I just want to throw that disclaimer out. I'm going to try very, very hard to keep this down to a certain amount of time, as well as really be cognitive of what conveys. So that's my disclaimer. I said, a lot of times when you're out and about, especially now, you're noticing a certain theme of character. And I say character because the people that we see or come in contact, it seems like everyone is taking a position of non-identification. They're not being themselves. They're walking around like something that they saw or what was illustrated through media. And it's sad because a lot of people are allowing God-given talents and gifts to go untapped and shared to the world. But on the flip side, there are some that are placed in positions of direction that are not doing what they should be done. So I say stay out of the cheap seats, because your life should be as a VIP. You're very important to you, who you are and what you convey out in the world. But that requires a fee that needs to be paid. And that fee is your integrity. A lot of times we ponder things when we go through crisis, when things do not measure up as we perceive them to be. But in actuality, those are blessings. Because a negative outcome may be a motivation for a positive blessing and positive change. Now, I'm going to get raw with you for a second, because I'm just really sad that the same old story is being played out time and time again. And it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to be real. It's time for us to do the work. If you're not receiving, or if your life is not panning out as you expect it to, what is it going to take for you to wake up? What is it going to cost you to say enough's enough? I want to ask every person that's looking at this video now. Yes, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. Are you loving yourself? Really? Are you loving yourself? And if you are you doing what needs to be done? Or are you allowing your fears to keep you trapped in a place that you don't want to be? Now I'm going to get up right now and go get my coffee. I want you to think about that. Are you doing the work so you can have the life that you want? Are you looking at what are you afraid of? What is your fears? What is holding you right there? Now you think on that. I'll be right back. Have you thought about it? I was gone for a little bit. I made my coffee and I'm back. Now look, I'm not trying to come off like I'm ranting. I'm saying this out of concern. You know, it's really easy for us to complain about the things that we don't like or what we're not getting. But it's always hard to, when you ask that person, well, what can you do to change that? They never tell you what they can do. Everyone's got an opinion and a comment, but no one has a solution. The reason for that is very simple. It's because you define that. You know what makes you happy. You know what's lacking in your life. And you also know what you're afraid of too. So if you know those things right there, why don't you love yourself enough to change? What is holding you in place? Now, if you're in a position of risk, you need to look at trying to get up out of there. Even if it means coming up with a game plan that will safely remove you from that situation. You don't need to be in a situation where someone is using you as a punching bag, emotionally, physically, or sexually. You're not on this planet for that. But if your self-worth and self-esteem and self-value is not where it is, that continues. That's not cool. That's not cool. On the flip side, if you don't like the comments or the remarks that are being portrayed to you, especially if you're a lady, look at your behavior. Look at your actions. Look at what you're not doing. And look at the things that you could do to give you the solution that you want. As I've always stood behind, manipulation gets you nothing but being manipulated on. Those that live life with games end up being trapped by that same game because it's not pure. And you can't have anything that's not pure. If you do, it always ends up costing you more than what it was worth, because it wasn't meant for you to have. If you're carrying yourself in a behavior that it is unflattering or makes you look unrespectful, why aren't you respecting yourself? What is in your element that causes a bias? I'll tell you right now what it is. You're not loving yourself. And the question is why? If you don't like someone calling you the B word, then stop acting like it. Stop dressing like it. Stop carrying yourself like that. If your position is not as you want, take the time to step back so you can invest in making it work. Keyword work. You define your self-worth. You don't want anyone to perceive you as a thug? Then stop dressing like one. Change it up. You don't want somebody to look at you demeaningly? Look at your attire, sweetie. If you're wearing stuff that looks like you just came off of a pole or was somewhere where there's a lot of activity, change it up, sweetie. I'm going to tell you a little secret about that one. A true man finds a woman more sexually alluring by the things he can't see. He's stimulated by your intellect. That means what comes out your mouth. And the grace is found within how you carry yourself. So if you're not carrying yourself like the queen you are, you can't expect anyone to treat you like one. And that's what self-respect is all about. So that's why I say, stay out of the cheap seats. Now your walk may have started there, but it don't mean it's got to be there. Unfortunately, there are going to be some people that you have strong ties and bonds to that you might have to let go and let them grow. And if it's divinely meant, at that particular time, your paths will come together. Now I want to let y'all know something. I tell everybody this all the time. People don't stay with assholes, excuse my French. They run from them. But the good ones, they always come back. It's because they see their worth, and their worth is seen by the others, and that's why people come back. But that does not happen until you love yourself. Don't let your fears claim your walk. This is the day you change your life. Start loving yourself, y'all. Start. One day at a time, one challenge at a time. It is not going to be, you go to sleep tonight, you pray tonight, change tomorrow. It's ongoing. That's what walking in faith is all about. And when you are truly on that path, guess what? You'll start having more clarity. And the more clarity you have, the more direction your steps are. Things start to become more defined. And guess what? There'll be challenges along that. The reason why? Because it's a means to distract you so you can fail, so that you don't change, and so you can stay in that despair. You gotta have the courage. You got to. Because the payoff of that is eternal happiness, peace of mind, and the life that you dreamed. It won't be a dream. It'll be a reality. So stay out of the cheap seats. Stay out of them and be the VIP you know you are. But it cannot be attained if you allow negativity, ego, and arrogance to come from you. All that is more or less is a metaphoric way of someone clipping you from your fall. And if you do fall, if you do get knocked down, if you do get blindsided, think about why it happened. Get back up. You keep stepping. Keep stepping. Because the people that love you are going to support you. And the sad thing about that is, the people that you thought supported you, that don't, it'll be revealed. God loves you. I'm praying for you. Stay blessed. Hit me up on you can hit me up on Facebook too, y'all. Gerald Davis. You'll see me. Also, you can hit me directly here. I have a Gmail account, and it's Soldier Addict. SOLDIERSATTIC, or Yahoo Soldiers Addict. SOLDIERSATTIC. I'm here for you. God's praying on you. Feel free to put this out there if you like. If there's somebody that this can change and make a difference, that's why I do it. As I said, God is loving you. I'm praying for you. You stay blessed, okay? Stay strong. 1.